Hello, everybody. Welcome to another instance of Tina's Tiny Thursdays. Today we are going to be attempting something really crazy. Sorry for the streaming so late today. I forgot I had to take on Tuesday when I said that it would be normal time, I forgot that I had to take my dad to the airport today. And so things got a little behind schedule, almost 3 hours behind schedule. But we're going to attempt something pretty wild, pretty crazy. You can't really tell, but I've already sketched out the the creation of Adam. Oh, there you go. You can see it now. This is so crazy. This is so silly. But yeah, the idea came to me earlier today. I was thinking about what I should do for my stream, and I was listening to the gospel music and stuff, and I was like, well, it would be an insane idea, especially since I'm known for struggling paying people while on stream. Let's paint a bunch of people, next to God. Let's do that on stream, everybody. So that's what we're doing today. It's gonna be lots of fun. This is either gonna be really great or this is gonna be terrible. But either way, I'm sure it'll be fun for if not you, at least it'll be fun for me laughing at myself and my attempts at things. So hello, Madalena. I am good, and hello, Zamboni. Nice to see you guys in the chat. This is so silly. Oh, this is so silly. All right, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's start with Adam. So I'm just gonna use this and block this off from view so I can. Yep, I am going to miniaturize God creating Adam. That's what we're doing, Zombo. This is insane. This is the craziest thing I've ever attempted on stream. Thank you. I appreciate the offers of luck. I don't know, this is wild. This is absolutely crazy. But I've miniaturized a lot of stuff in the past, so maybe it's not super duper crazy. I mean, this is only one of the most famous paintings to exist ever, but I had 2 cups of coffee. Can you guys tell? Because the first cup I was like, when I was driving my dad to the airport, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired. Maybe I should have a second cup before I drive to my studio and attempt to paint things. And now I feel a little jittery, when you have too much caffeine and you're just like, But, I don't know. Maybe the caffeine-induced delirium will cancel out the nervousness that I usually would have when doing something like this. Imagine if I was painting this with oils, that'd be insane. almost kind of feels like cheating using acrylics because you can layer so quickly, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But how is everybody today? How's things going in other people's worlds and lives? Let me know in the comments. How are you guys feeling? Are you also caffeine-induced delirium? You guys feeling good? Feeling down? You need to pick me up? What's going on? You got Pathfinder today? Do you know what you're doing for the session? You have no idea. What'd you guys do last time? Because you guys are... It's like a magic restaurant, right? Like you fight monsters to get the ingredients to make better dishes type deal, right? Or has it turned into something else besides that? Probably gonna start the tournament soon. Is it Tavern Day? Oh, what kind of tournament is it? Is it like a you can kill people in the tournament, or is it like a not fight to the death type tournament? Speaking of tournaments, have you seen the trailer for the new Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out? And it has Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. That looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's an exhibition to start off the festival. You saw the trailer? I'm excited for it. I wasn't super excited for the last Mortal Kombat movie, just because I'm bad at those games, but I did enjoy the movie even though there was, you know, dumb things about it, but should have been what was the one before was. Yeah, the one before it was interesting choices, you know, but I'm always glad to see the guy that played, not Sub-Zero, the other guy. You know, the Japanese guy that's in a ton ton of things all the time, and I can never remember his name, but when I see him, I'm just like, it's Dugan from Lost! What is his name? Is it Dugan or Dogan? Dogan. Oh, what's his actor's name? Hiroyuki Sanada. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm always happy to see Hiroyuki and stuff. He's a great actor, and I like his face. I hope they drop the whole power thing from the last movie. I have a vague memory about the power structure thing in the last film. Jax's arms are his power thing. Oh yeah. I was disappointed with the person like they made as like a new character. I was disappointed in his powers because I thought it was gonna be like, oh, he's been taking a beating all his life, and now he'll be able to like return that energy back. Like I thought it was gonna be like a Black Panther's suit type deal, but it never was that. And I was just like, energy redirection would have been so much better for his powers, but whatever. Yeah, the mechanical arms he grew over his wimpy prosthetics. Cole Young's plot armor, yeah. Cole Young thing was an interesting choice. But there are other cool things about the movie, like when what's-his-face rode that girl like a surfboard into his spinning hat and sawed her in half. That was great. That was great. You know, so far this isn't looking too bad, but I am doing basic body things, and I haven't gotten into faces or hands, and faces or hands are the most complicated things to draw. We'll see. We shall see what the future holds for these paintings, but if these turn out sweet, I don't know. I'm gonna be so happy. To be honest, I feel like putting my campaign on hiatus for a bit. I mean, you can. I thought you were gonna put it on hiatus before. Or did you just like take like a week off? Is it not going how you thought it would? Or are you just having trouble with the ideas? It's been 2 weeks off now. Okay. It's a mix of stuff, really. Okay. It's unfortunate that it's not going smoothly, but we need to take some time to like regroup and change some things and whatnot, then go ahead and take some time. Or if you just want to leave it suspended in animation for forever, like Fry from Futurama, then put it on ice for 1,000 years. But I know it can be difficult to keep up with a whole campaign and stuff, and come up with like new ideas to try and keep things going for a consistent amount of time. That's why I only do small campaigns. Because there are things I think would be cool or that I think people would enjoy, but sometimes planning things out long term, then you have like scheduling conflicts, and sometimes people just aren't into it, or people are having bad days and they're not performing the way that you would want them to and stuff. I don't really have the motivation to work on it, and I feel like I haven't gotten everyone invested enough to fill the sandbox I wanted to make. Oh, that's sad. Crispy having to drop out also kind of killed me. Yeah. It sucks when someone has to drop out or can't do it. It's like the wind gets knocked out of the campaign. Especially if that person was an integral part of the story. This is, this is turning out a lot better than I thought it would so far. Honestly. I keep thinking about that audio. Well, it's a clip from Family Guy, but I haven't seen the clip. I just know the sound from like TikTok and Instagram reels where Lois is like, Peter, how you doing that? And he's like, I don't know, Lois, I'm scared. Like, that's how I currently feel. I'm just like, how am I doing this? I don't know, but I'm terrified to keep going. But, you know, this might turn out good. Who knows? Okay, I know I still have to do parts of his face, but I want to make sure that his hand makes sense. And so I'm just gonna continue on into the next section of the painting. You know, one thing I know I should do more of, and I just don't because I don't like it when things don't turn out right, is anatomy practice. But, you know, if you never craft 1,000 daggers, you'll never make it to Daedric weapons. And it can suck, crafting those 1,000 daggers and gathering the resources for all those daggers. But once you do it, it'll be worth it. For anyone that has no idea what I'm talking about Skyrim. The best way to level up your smithing was to literally craft 1,000 daggers so that you can get to the skill level to make higher quality materials and higher quality weapons. But if you aren't diligent in the little things and aren't consistent in the little things, you're never going to be able to do the bigger things well. Because there's a lot of times where I can just like fake it and just like pretend that I know anatomy really well. Because I know how to look at something and break it up into pieces when I need to for a painting. And like break it up into smaller things. However, on a bigger canvas where there's like a whole body, I struggle a bit. I guess technically right now I am doing anatomy practice, but there's a lot more things I want and need to understand as far as like muscle structures and other stuff. Because I did not formally take any anatomy classes when I was taking classes in high school and stuff. That's not like that was something that they offered in any of our art classes. It was like certain mediums, not certain subjects, to really go over. Like we had drawing classes where you only use like pens. No, you don't even use pens. You use pencils and charcoal and stuff, and you like learned how to do faces, but there wasn't really any other anatomy practice. And then besides drawing, they offered painting, they offered design, they offered AP studio art, which was like for the advanced art kids that were like college bound, and so you like picked a focus and a study to work on your like college portfolio, and then you talk with your teacher and develop your portfolio, and she'd give you pointers and whatnot. That was more self-led, and that like took place during one of her other classes, and so there was like 6 of us that were officially part of AP Studio Art, and the rest of them were I don't know, like intro to art or something like that. But I know there's a lot of things that I lack. And I need to work on, I need to improve. Sometimes just like sitting down to sketch something that you're not super comfortable with can be a little awkward. But you have to learn to have grace for yourself and grow and be able to grow in the process. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna get mad and quit. And you don't want that. You want to improve. And I think it's great to keep all of your old sketchbooks, keep all of your old art, so you can go back and see how much you've improved. Or if you don't have like the space for it, whatever, at least take pictures of your drawings, keep it in like a folder on your phone or folder on your computer so you can go back and look and see what you've done and be like, oh, okay, I have improved. Because I'll go back and I'll look at paintings that I made 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, and I'm like, okay, I did this well, I didn't do this well, I need to work on this, or I liked making this, let me make something similar but tweak it. It's always good to look at your old art and see how it can be improved and see what areas you need to challenge yourself. I definitely think this is an area where I need to be challenged, and so that's what I'm doing. I think the challenge is going pretty good so far, especially with like the base layers of things. Now, are God and Adam the same shade? I feel like Adam is a little, parts of Adam are a little darker, have like more saturation. I mean, God's face is still pretty saturated, but like his arm, like if you compare the arms, God's arm is a lot paler. Honestly, I think I made the hands a little too big compared to the bodies. Because this is this painting, right? And this is that painting. God's arm is not long enough. This hand should be a lot smaller. Like Adam's hand should be smaller and the hand of God. Because this is like this right here is like the midpoint. And the midpoint for this painting, it only has this finger. So, put this back. We are going to paint over and we're going to try again. But while that is drying, at least that part of it is drying, I'm going to make sure that the rest of God's arm is where it needs to be. so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just readjusting because in the Photoshop layer, like the you'll see like trying to get like to the point in between. Wait, this is 6, this is 9, 7, 8, it's close enough. Okay, so the tip of the finger should just come over the halfway point in between this square right here. Meaning the hand should be more like this. Probably got to thin out this arm so that the wrist makes more sense and stuff, but yeah, the hand should be more like this. And since this hand is more like this, and the thumb is just really big, the model that Michelangelo used. It just had a really big thumb. This actually isn't my first time making artwork that references the painting of the creation of Adam. This is the second time. My sister wrote a non-fiction book, and the artwork is used for that book cover. If you know, you know. But it is like a political book, and I'm sure if I say the title, then Zahandos. Yeah, but I don't want to be hit with like a medical a fact check thing that when people mention the subject, it always like appears on like their YouTube videos. So, and I am streaming to YouTube right now, so I don't feel like being in a video being flagged for that. But if you guys are interested, you can go to ninjadustpublishing.com. and see which book I'm talking about. But this is my second time painting God's hand reaching out to Adam. The first time it was digitally. But this is my first time with actual paintbrushes and stuff, so this is an interesting experience. Okay, so I'm going to remove this block. You can see yeah, how did I not know this before? Yeah, this is why we use rulers sometimes, guys. Even that's too big. But, We're about 40 minutes, 50 minutes in. We'll see how far I can get with another hour. Yes, I'm just going to try and attempt to finish this series of paintings within 2 hours. This is the silly things that I do. The silly things. Still think the hand might be too big. This forearm looks so short. I think that has more to do with my shading than the actual length of it. I'm shading this like the hand, but the wrist is okay. I'm well aware that I did not finish my sentence. The wrist is over this line. Oh, I finished Neon. Oh, we're in an ad break. I guess I should. I'll wait to. So Zombo, I finished Neon Genesis Evangelion. That last episode was so weird. Like, I just kept waiting for explanations on anything that was going on with, like, what his father was planning or why they kept mentioning the Dead Sea Scrolls, because, you know, I'm thinking Dead Sea Scrolls that just has, you know, ancient copies of, like, the Book of Isaiah and other stuff. And I'm just like, what does old manuscripts have to do with aliens coming to Earth? I don't understand. And then it was just like an episode of Shinji just trying to get himself to the point where he doesn't hate himself. I'm just like, but about those Dead Sea Scrolls though, like what in your version of the Dead Sea Scrolls do they say? Like what? Like how did they know that there were only 17 angels or whatever? Like what is going on? I'm like, what's up with all like the Christian imagery and stuff? And I just got no answers. I was like, okay, well, there's a movie. There's the movie. Maybe this will give me answers, or maybe I'll just forever be like, what was that show? Why was that show? At least I understand a new meme. I guess that's the way you gotta look at things nowadays. I didn't get answers, but I got memes. So I gotta lift this up and look at some things. Because I drew stuff and now I'm like, I don't understand what I drew. Okay, so we got his robes, mostly. I'm trying to see. Okay, that's his beard. Okay, beard. Neck. More robe, okay. Oh, I'm gonna have fun watching the movies? Okay. Sakura is excited for me to watch the movies, and that scares me. And Sakura said that I can't watch the movie without Sakura being there, so I'm just like, this does not bode well. I don't know what to expect. This angel holding on to God's forearm. At least I think it's an angel. I might have to adjust the size of that arm. Not the arm per se, but the hand. The hand is starting to look funny. But, let me get some of his face details in there, or at least get the... Okay, so his face is gonna be split between these two canvases. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna use a slight green undertone for angels because their skin just looks a little different. It's just, they're just depicted a little darker than the and some of the other people in the piece, and so I'm just gonna give them this slight. I'm still gonna use like the pinks and the whites for the bodies, and for the skin tone there's just gonna be this hint of this other color. That's a bit too yellow, but a little too much in the sauce, but it's workable, you know? And this one right here has more of like a red undertone, so I'm gonna get some of those colors that I just had and just mix it with burnt sienna. Get some of that gray, make some of those shadows real quick. This one over here. Pair of knees right here. Don't know who those belong to. There's our shoulder right here. curly blonde hair. Strangest. Well, no, this is not one of the strangest things I've attempted. I've done weirder things. I've definitely drawn weirder things. I mean, this isn't even that weird. It's just weird that I would try to do this in a 2-hour setting. I've still got I've got a good amount of time. I've got a good amount of time, everybody. Still got a half hour left. Over a half hour. That's what I'm talking about. Might have made the booty of that angel a little too big. Things I did not think I'd be saying today. Because there is another angel, like, beside its buttocks that looks like he's in anguish because he's being farted on. This one. sure if it'd be physically possible for an angel to fart, because, you know, that's like gases built up from eating, and I don't know if they eat. Is this yeah, that's another one. Another little blonde one, looks like. Got his like elbow over his head, hiding its face. I'm wiping the tears away from the fart that's in his eyes. Yeah, I got time. What do you mean? This is insane, to say the least. Now that basically everything is drawn out, it's time to add some highlights, shadows, that type of stuff. Although there's a couple angels that I need to do over in here, but we have 25 minutes left. So let's see what we can do. And I'm well aware that I need to put some more details on Adam's face. I'm not just gonna leave him statuesque. But I do want to get some of this finer detailing in like God's robe and put some details on God's face. Yeah, there's just one scripture, I can't think of where it is. It's probably like Isaiah or something like that. It's probably Isaiah. It's talking about like the throne room of God and like there's like mention of like the train of his robe like filling the whole temple or whatever. And there is this practice in ancient cultures when a king defeated another king, he would take a piece of his like cloak or tunic or whatever and like add it onto the length of his to like show like, hey, my nation conquered yours. And so there's, you know, this, you know, idea that there's all these other, you know, earthly kings or whatever that can't compare, their might can't compare to the might of God. Just thought that was an interesting little tidbit. I don't know, I was just painting as Ro, but I was just thinking about it. Also, people just look so good in capes. I saw this one TikTok of this guy who discovered that they sell tuxedos with capes, and he's just like, you mean I could have got married like this? You mean I could have got married looking like this? And it was just people looking like having like Piccolo vibes, but like in a tux, and it was just, I don't know, there's just something about a cape. It was just like, oh, it's so cool. Maybe it's just the drama of when you walk and how it just like fills up space. Maybe that's what it is, but I just love clothes that have a lot of drama. I don't usually dress like that, but when I do, when I wear clothes that have drama, I'm just like, yeah, this is it. I know one time I was wearing like this red jacket that like has like a cape at the back of it, and I was walking into Walmart and people were just like, I just needed like to pick up like some masking tape or something. I wasn't in there for very long, and you know, obviously I wasn't just there going to Walmart dressed like that, but it was just like, oh, I need this, let me just stop in Walmart. And people were just like, I love your cape, like you dress so cool, man. I was just like, thanks guys. I do like dressing up and like just going to grocery stores and just seeing people's reactions though. Like sometimes I would go to Meyer, which is like the local chain in Michigan, and I would dress as like a 1950s housewife and just like get groceries and just like watch people's reactions. And sometimes people would stop me and be like, you look so nice today. And I'd be like, oh, thank you. And lately, like when I go out in a sundress, like regular dress, like people, you know, I might get compliments or whatever, like a regular like bodycon or something like that. I might get attention. You know, someone might hold the door open for you, but it's like when I'm wearing a summer dress, it's like I got superpowers, man. It's like a +10 stat boost to charisma. People just treat me better when I'm wearing a sundress. I'm just like, man, I see memes about dudes just loving women in sundresses, but it really is true. Now it's time for some facial features, everybody. Hoo-wee. Let's zoom in so you guys can watch my anxiety grow. these pieces are going really well. I'm not really anxious about these at all. Okay, there's dots and spatial details. Let's get that out now. trying to fill in some of these last spots. Of course, there's more details I could be doing on some of the angels and stuff like that. I'm gonna put in some hair on some of them just so you can differentiate between them. Like, oh, this is a face, and oh, over here is a face. But I'm not going to be super duper detailed because I am running out of time. Oops, nope, that was not supposed to be that bright. And then put some more detail on God's other hand. And this hand, it's not as detailed as it could be, you know. I'm working with limited time, guys. But still, I think this looks pretty good for the amount of time that I spent on it. Yeah, still don't know whose thigh this is. Oh. Some random angel's thigh. I got 3 minutes left. I know the cracks aren't a part of the original painting, but I still want them in there, you know? Cover up these pencil lines. I know I'm at the 2-hour mark. But yeah, there is the creation of Adam. I can't believe it turned out this good, you know? This is definitely one of the more ambitious things that I've ever done in a 2-hour stream. But here we are. We have it, guys. Is it the most super accurate, super detailed rendition of this ever to exist? No, but I don't know anyone else that attempted to do this on 3 2x2s. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is one of the craziest things I've ever done, honestly. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I know there weren't like a million people watching this or anything, but I appreciate the people that were watching it or people that will watch this back. yeah, if you guys want to check out my website, it's tinastextportraits.com. This is crazy. This is absolutely wild. This is absolutely insane. Oh wait, he doesn't have a nipple. I kept thinking, I need to paint his nipple. I need to paint his nipple. I know that's like a random detail to just be like, oh wait, no, he doesn't have one. I think I might have made his nipple a little too pink. I'm just gonna spread the little out. Okay. But yeah, this was fun. This was so much fun. This was crazy and wild. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to check out my stuff, you know where. It's tinastextportraits.com. That's where you can go to commission me, see other work that I've done, buy other paintings, buy text portraits and all that jazz. Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if I'm crazy or the painting is crazy. Either way, crazy. But yeah, this is a good time. This was a good time. You guys can, I already said you guys can check me out. I should be back to my normal schedule on Tuesday. If not, then I'll post something to my stories so you guys can know and be updated. But yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe weekend. Hopefully your allergies won't be messing up. Hopefully my allergies won't be messing up. And hopefully everybody just stays safe and we can reconnect next week. Alright. Goodbye, guys.